You know, when you don't have the basics right, you start believing in bullshit. In other words, there's room in your coffee cup for more than coffee. Neville Goddard said, man's faith in God is measured by his confidence in himself. And I love coffee. Not a fan of cat shit, just to be blunt. I've got nothing against cats. My ex-wife and I, we had 11 cats in 12 litter pans. All right, there's a reason. That's the formula, right? And it worked, right? We kept busy. But meanwhile, you can keep busy. Have you noticed that? You can keep busy, scooping, pooping. All right, we got dogs. Me and Victoria. I moved around the world, married Victoria. We got ourselves not one but 2 puppies and a big-ass garden. You know what they do in the big-ass garden? They go poop there, right? And I like that because there's no scooping that needs pooping. Or is it the other way around? There's no poop to scoop. But meanwhile, this was never designed to be work. As long as you are problem-oriented, you're going to find ways to fix problems that need fixing. In other words, you're an addict. And you have to keep adding in more and more and more. Now think about this. Ever live with an addict? I can tell you, it ain't fun. You ever been an addict? I can tell you, the fun wears off. And here's the deal. You start off just needing one drink to talk to the pretty girl. And then if she's really pretty, you need 2 drinks. And if she's gorgeous, you need a bottle of bourbon. Well, time goes on and you find, you know what, I just need a bottle of bourbon to talk to any girl. Right? Because that's the nature of addiction. You keep adding things in. Because you haven't nailed the basics. And you start believing bullshit. So let's make this really practical. The lifeguards, they notice I can chat up anyone. 7 to 77, male, female, puppy dogs. I don't care. I happen to live by this weird belief system of your ass is mine. And I want your life to be better after we bump into each other. So I make friends easily. You got to remember, I was the teenage bedwetter. I stopped taking the bus to school because not only did I wet the bed, I started wetting at the bus stop. Right? And it's like, this is not tenable. I will never get to kiss the Speeny girl. God, I just loved the Speeny girl. I'll never get to kiss her as long as I'm a bedwetter. And now I'm pissing at the bus stop. So I started avoiding the problem, to people picking on me. I started walking to school. And I developed something called tenacity. I could walk to school in the winter uphill both ways. And that served me when I became a martial artist. I never quit. I am not a quitter. I'm not good at that anymore. But here's the thing. There's a massive difference between choosing, I'm going to keep going, right? Push, persist, and play. You are how God has the adventure of a lifetime. Neville Goddard said you are the operant power of God. And what if you came here to play it on theme park Earth? People say, ignore 3D reality. Why? You chose to come here. You manifested up a body. Right? How about now we unleash your brilliance while you're here? Because you didn't come here to struggle. You came here to soar. I got hurt years ago. PTSD. Bad. Right? I drank too much. Right? I took one pill. It was a prescribed pill. Didn't like that at all. But eventually I decided, you know what? Flashbacks aren't fun. And I discovered along the way that imagining creates reality. And I noticed along the way that PTSD was the imagination out of control. Some people hate when I say that. But it's true. My imagination being out of control had me responding to an incident that happened October 26, 1989 for years. There's nothing going on and I'm still reacting to it. And that's not why I came here, and it's not why you came here. And I got good news for you. You can live a totally different kind of lifestyle. You don't have to be problem solving all the time. Right? As long as your life is dedicated to solving problems, your life will never be dedicated to... My life is a devotional act to sacred possibilities. It wasn't always. I used to solve problems. Now I'm into sacred possibilities. Neville Goddard said your desires are gifts from God. I have a desire to teach, so I teach. And that gives to me, and it gives to you, it gives to who it gives to. Me honoring my gift is the desire to teach. And God and only God gives the gifts. God and only God gives the desires. And because of that, everything I need is taken care of. What else am I going to do all day? Kung Fu King, that's another one. That's another story. Mercedes Man, that's another story. Happy Living Husband, that's another story. Against All Odds, we've been together 15 years for fun. God, we've only got another 15 in front of us before one of us feeds the other one to the chipper. Oh, in other words, when I die, I want mixed in with the garden. All right, just do what it takes. If you got gold today, if you think I'm funny or differing, ManifestingMasteryDeluxe.com. It's $100 off today. ManifestingMasteryDeluxe.com. Let me tell you what you get into. Right? You change your life in about 15 minutes a day. We're not teaching you how to fix anything. We're showing you how little tiny bits transform everything. If you did the original, consider doing this one, because the original is like 15 years old, 14 years old. God, it's a teenager. And we added in 90 new videos. All right. We added in a private group. We added in live group calls every 90 days or so, give or take. Depends on the holidays and all that stuff. Oh, we added in, 500 to $1,000 worth of bonuses, depending on how you add them up. We added in a lot of good shit, and we keep adding more. That's Manifesting Mastery Deluxe. And here's the deal, right? Do you got to do it? No. But what if you did? Right? And once you do it, you can do it forever. Right? You have access to the lessons forever. It's a 90-day adventure. It takes about 15 minutes a day. And if we do math, right? So if we take, right now it's $200, divide that by 90, that's like $2.10 a day. Show me where you can buy a good donut for that much. So for less than the price of a donut a day, you can hang out with the cool kids, ask us anything. Private little group. You're never going to see all the dumb shit posts you're finding in most groups. And you know what you're going to get? My name is Mr. 2020. This is the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing and one thing only, the wonder-working power of the human imagination. Because as long as you don't have the basics right, if you don't have firm foundations, you're going to buy into bullshit. You're going to keep adding stuff in. Let me add in some scripts. Let me add in some affirmations. Let's add in more brainwave recordings. Yeah, that'll help. You know what? If I smoke a doobie or two, I can actually manifest better. Anyway, doobie do. Dive deeper, soar higher. See ya.